So I'm going to read this piece called Summer Storm in the Wasatch by Ellen Lee Jackman, who is my third great-grandmother. The climb to the top of the mountain was long and accomplished with difficulty. The tableland reached, I sat down at the brow of a cliff near a little grove of box elder to rest and to enjoy the magnificent view spread out on every side. Parallel ranges of mountains lying westward and nearer rolling foothills, meadowlands, patches of dark saw timber and mountain streams. While I looked from far down a long, narrow valley, scarcely wider than a canyon, I saw what seemed to be a tiny lake, which, as I gazed, widened out at the junction of 2 or 3 ravines and a deeper glade. They seemed suddenly to fill with water. I looked eagerly, scarcely able to believe the evidences of my senses. A freshening breeze, strongly impregnated with moisture, blew over my face. Now a grove of trees, then a hill, disappeared as if buried in the silent, swift, terrible rush of what seemed to be water. A hoarse, deep growl from the moving mass revealed its identity. Water it was, but in its vapor form of clouds. The wind had now freshened to a stiff breeze, and the clouds had spread half across the valley. Vivid lightning flashes played around the dark edges of the seething mass, and thunder reverberated from hill to hill. Above my head, the sun shone with midsummer glory. The sky was as blue and serene as that which hung over Eden in its innocence, or from which the star of Bethlehem shone out. I was above this earth-born storm. The valley was being drenched with rain and darkened by dense clouds, and I could well imagine that the traveler who chanced to be there should fancy himself shut out forever from the face of heaven. Like billows of the ocean, the clouds rolled higher and higher up the mountain. The air was heavily charged with electricity, and more frequently and brilliant were the flashes of lightning as they divided the clouds, as with a sword of green fire, or hissed along the face of some high cliff with sinuous crack, bringing out with startling clearness every shrub, tree, and rock. Following one fierce peal of thunder that shook the earth whereon I stood, part of a gigantic wall, the shoulder of the mountain, fell in splintered fragments. The storm had now approached so near that the winds had passed quite around the base of the peak, and I seemed to be standing on an island, the only living thing in a world of waters. So far as the eye could see, there was nothing but tossing billows. Some filmy edges of cloud rose between me and the sun, spreading out a veil of raindrops, and every one a glittering diamond. The wind swept up in spasmodic fury. It tore my hair down and flung the coil out like a banner. The slender tree I had instinctively grasped, for I felt giddy and insecure, was bowed already to the earth, and with a last look at the sun I crouched upon the earth, and the storm, with a roar like a wild beast, was upon me. The rain drenched the earth, while the lightning flashed and blazed all around, and the thunder was as the cannonading of the Titans. It lasted only a short time, swept by in awful majesty, and the sounds of the mad strife grew faint and were finally lost among the hills and deep canyons far to the east. The sun came out, birds sang, and all nature smiled through the tears